Hello, backcountry Japan enthusiasts. It's been a while since I made any videos. There's a good reason why there hasn't been any content for the last couple of weeks. The good reason, it's a reason. It's not a good reason, it's just what happened. I got pretty sick, nothing serious, I guess. A little more serious than anything I've ever had before because I was out for about 2 weeks. I had pretty bad symptoms of just being tired, just having a tired feeling. Neither here nor there at this point. I stayed home basically for 2 weeks straight. I didn't leave the house, couldn't go out, couldn't do much. Had a fever in the beginning, but I'm good now. So had to miss my races, had to stay home, because there's a lot of stuff going out and around, and don't want to pass it around, and also want to keep myself healthy. So I stayed home, gotten well. First day on the bike was today. I'm not gonna lie, felt really good, felt really weird. Still got a little bit of a brain fog, as it were. Still don't really feel like 100%, ready to get back on that bike and ride. But life must go on. If it doesn't, then we're all dead. So I'm back in the saddle, making videos. We have 1 month, that's 30 days from the time this video goes out to the event, Sekigahar Four Peaks GPM, the premier hill climbing event for both mountain bikes and road bikes. 2 separate courses, essentially separate courses. The mountain bikes will do basically a smaller, shorter course. I think the total length of the mountain bike course is around 7 or 8K per cycle. It's extremely difficult for anybody who is not a really dedicated mountain biker. It's physically extremely demanding, but it should be an absolutely real test of your physical strength and your ability to pilot a mountain bike. So it's got everything that you need to really give yourself a full body test on that side for the mountain bikers. Now for the road bikers, it's a 70K course with over 2,000 meters of climb. And we're talking around the good 2,000, I'm gonna say a good 2,000, just an even 2,000 over 70 kilometers of really beautiful riding, really fun riding. To be honest, if I was a roadie, this would be like my favorite place to ride. If you're a gravel guy, it's not a bad gravel course either, because the gravel course is a 3rd separate course that's just for the gravel riders. And it's really, I gotta be honest, like actually, if I was riding this in any other way, I'd be riding it the gravel road style, because that's a really fun one for me personally. I'm not that much of a mountain biker. I know I do mountain biking, but I'm not like a dedicated mountain biker. I'm really more of a cross country, long tour stage race kind of guy. Basically my heaven is Mongolia Bike Challenge, and everything else is kind of like meh compared to that. I think there's a few other, stage races or stage events that I could really get into, but basically for me, my favorite thing is Mongolia Bike Challenge. And, out of all the different things I've done, it's the one I like the most. And I mean, I do a few events here in Japan. I run my own events. They're in Japan, they're beautiful. They're not stage races. They're not like every day, but this is an actual physical challenge. It should be an immense physical challenge for whoever goes and takes it on. Just want to go through it just briefly. For the road bikers, if you're coming from far away, it's a really good thing to do, to come over here and actually try out the wonderful thing that is Sekigahara in this area, in this course. Not only is it going to be super healthy for you as far as like in your all around, if you're training for it, if you're training for other events, this is a great way to give your body a good workout and to give yourself a solid event. Get a beautiful number plate. Look at this thing. Look at this number plate. Look at it. It's just beautiful. I love it. It's my favorite number plate that I've ever made, and it's from one of my favorite events. I mean, last year was the first, like actual event that Backcountry Japan actually had, where we had, a good group of people show up. We were able to, snap on the number plates and head up the mountain and enjoy this, this first event. Again, it's free. It costs you absolutely nothing. You get a number plate and you get an experience with a bunch of other like-minded people. How does Backcountry Japan support all of these things? How can we, how can I just afford to just produce these events? So number one, I do it because I love it. And number two, you can support Backcountry Japan by buying some of our beautiful merch, okay? Granted, it's a bit overpriced for what I pay for it, but again, I mean, like if you want to go and make your Backcountry Japan patches, and you want to go ahead and make everything, you can easily do it all. It's just a lot of work. But if you want to buy one of mine, I'm really happy that you support everything that we do here to make events. And again, we run about 4 events that are set in stone, going to be done, and then we have the ones that are paid events. Now, the paid events are totally different. They're guided tours, okay? So we do a guided tour, working right now with Mongolia Bike Challenge, the same company that produces that. And we are going to make a tour for foreigners coming into Japan. You want us to sign up for that. I'm going to put the link to the page in the show notes for this, and you should be able to sign up for that tour and come along. And if you do sign up, make sure that you tell them that Backcountry Japan sent you. That way they'll want to work with me more. It's an amazing tour that we're going to do with that company. And then for the people who are living in Japan right now and who don't fly in, we're going to do a separate event for them, which is called the Grand Castles Tour. Now, I don't want to talk too much about these 2 other tours. The one is a tour from Kyoto to Fuji. And we're going to basically go and see Fuji Mountain, like all of the beautiful sights that you see when you see Fuji Mountain. So Mount Fuji, excuse me. So I really want you to, go to that one. It's rather expensive trip, but it'll be well worth it. 10 days riding, like I think 13 or 14 days in country. And the event for Backcountry Japan is just a 5-day tour. Okay, it's about, like, I would say a day to get there. So you'd be 6 days in, 7 days in. It's a full week package for the Grand Castles Tour. Now, these events are going to happen. Those are the only ones that you pay for. Everything else that Backcountry Japan does, you can support by buying the merch or donations. Of course, I will take a donation. If you want to donate for anything at all, if you show up to the event and you want to just donate X amount of yen, I'll accept it. There's no problem at all taking that. So any donations are fine, but the event itself, it costs you nothing. Okay, you will get a beautiful number plate like that you can keep and have for memory. And we're going to try to make it a really fun event for everybody that shows up. And again, this is an event where it's not like other events where you're racing against other people. It's actually not a race. I keep using the term event because it's a competition. Yes, it's a competition for each person in the mountain bike group that completes each round gets a point for the mountain bike team. Each hill climbed, okay, each person who makes it summits, each time they summit in the 4 Peaks Challenge for the road bikers, gets a point for the road biking team. If somebody is able to do various legs of the road bike course, okay, before the last road biker finishes, then that's when it ends. Okay, it finishes when the last road biker taps out or finishes the full course. If other road bikers are able to do more hill climbs during that time, then they'll get points for those. And each mountain biker who makes a trip, the full trip from the top to the bottom and back to the top again, they'll get a point. So the mountain bikers finish on the top, okay, but they start on the top. The road bikers start at the bottom and also finish at the top. So they're going to finish at the top, just like the mountain bikers will finish at the top. We'll have the ceremony will be at the top of the mountain, and that's where we're going to have the final ceremony of the event. But you'll be getting points for each time that you make it a full rotation on the mountain bikes, and for each hill climb that you're able to arrive. You don't get any points for going downhill on the road bike side. The mountain bikers start at the top and they end at the top. So this is how the event goes, okay? For the gravel bikes, I haven't got that 100% worked out, but it's essentially the same as the road bikes. You're gonna make as many times as you come up, you'll get those points for coming up, and we'll have a separate division for gravel bikes because there will be a quasi gravel bikey style course, because the course for the road bikes actually has a good kilometer or two of gravel in it, okay? And some of in the beginning, there's about I'd say it's no more than 500, 600 meters of pretty rough gravel, okay, for the road bikes. And after that, you're not really touching anything that's hard gravel or not really well kept gravel the rest of the time. In fact, after the first summit for the road bikes, you will not see gravel at all. For the rest of the event, you'll see bad asphalt. Can't do much about bad asphalt, it exists, but you won't see gravel, okay? You won't see rocks and different things. You might see some sticks, might see some trees and some leaves and stuff, but you're not gonna have to run over trees. You're not gonna have to run over, huge pieces of stick and stuff. I am gonna try to make a clearer path for, I'll clean up a little bit, but I'm not going to, sweep the whole course for the road bikers. It will be a bit rustic. It is backcountry Japan after all. So repeating again, for the road bikers, for all of you road bikers, it's going to be an amazing preparation for Gran Fondo or for Bikes, Beats, and Bergs, BBB. If you're doing those Ride Japan races, which I really suggest that you do. I'm going to be at all of them. As I just said, I'm back to health. I'm able to train again. And I'll be training really hard for Hakuba Gravel, but Hakuba Gravel is before Sekigahara. So you're gonna have to go to Sekigahara Gravel, or Sekigahara Event will be after the Hakuba Gravel event. So I'm going to Hakuba Gravel. I'm gonna enjoy that immensely. I'm looking forward to it. I've been checking out the course. They put their final course down. It went from a 70K course, now it's down to 60K. It's actually 10K shorter than it was. I'm guessing that it's still gonna be 70K from the looks of it. It'll be about 70K on the per cycle on the second day. But as far as Sekigahara, it's 70K for the road bike to just finish that one 70K that you're gonna do. And for the for the poor mountain bikers, it doesn't end until the last gravel bike or the last road biker gets up to the top, and that's the end of the challenge. And we'll tally up the amount of times that the mountain bikers were able to make the loop, and we'll tally up the amount of times that the road bikes were able to make the loop. We'll tally up the number of times that the gravel bikes were able to make the loop. And then we'll see how it goes. I think what we'll do for the gravel bikes, the way we'll score it is we'll score 1 point for mountain bikes, or 1 point for road bikes. We'll score 1 point, but I haven't figured out how I'm going to incorporate the gravel bikes yet. I might just throw, if there's not a lot of road bikes that show up to do the event, then they'll just put them into the road bikes. If there's not a lot of mountain bikes that show up for the event, I'll maybe put them in with the mountain bikes just to make it a little bit more even on the teams and see, how we can actually make this go. But it'll be an absolute amazing event for anybody who shows up to it. And again, I'm not selling anything to you. If you don't want to buy anything, you're completely free just to come in, enjoy the event. I'd love to have you here more than I'd love to have you even buy my merch. As much as I want to sell my merch, I want you to come and enjoy this and actually prove once and for all which team is going to be stronger. Is it going to be the mountain bike team, or is it going to be the road bike team? And this is where you're going to have to work as a team, work together, make sure that everybody can get through it. Going down for the mountain bikes, just be safe, okay? You don't need to do anything crazy. Going down is a beautiful course, and you should really enjoy it. Going up, it's an absolute bear. I mean, it's going to be really difficult. I love it. It's one of the places I love to train. I'm still contemplating what I'm going to do. I'll probably bring 2 types of bikes. I'll probably bring 3 types of bikes for myself, and decide on the day which team needs a person to be on it. This is one that I don't actually have to be guiding. It will have, we're going to have people supporting it. So we'll have a feed station at the top, 2 feed stations on the bottom, one on the side for the mountain bikes and one on the side for the road bikes. So it'll be a total of 3 feed stations, places where you can get water and where you can get directions. So, you know, if you get a little bit lost, you can go just find those points. I'll share those points with everybody there, and you can always find your way to the top. It's really simple. You get a little bit lost, turn around, head to the top, you'll be fine, okay? It's nothing that's really that far from one another. And at the very end of the day, we will do a sweep for anybody if we need to do a sweep for them when it comes to the end time. And we'll sweep around and pick up everybody who needs it. So there will be vehicle support. There will be food support. You can bring your own food, or you can buy the food at the food stations, okay? You can just come up and buy, you know, a la carte, or you can buy like a tabi hodai, you know, and all you can eat from the food station. And if you do that, I'll be really happy for that as well, but it's not necessary. You can bring your own food and just set it up at the top and be ready to go. We'll even take it up to the top for you if you're the road bikers, because you're starting at the bottom. And it's going to be an amazing event. You want to arrive the day before if you can. If you can't, it's all right. We're starting at 7 o'clock. It's not like a 6 a.m. or a 5 a.m. start. It's a 7 a.m. start. So, you know, you could be in Nagoya at 5 a.m., get up, drive in, probably get there in time for the start. No problem at all if you're on the road bikes. If you're on the mountain bikes, it's a 7 a.m. start, but it starts at the top, and it's at least, I'd say at least a 20 or 30 minute drive to get to the top. We're mountain bikers, and we don't want anybody on the course, you know, any cars on the course once we start. So make sure that you get there, 7 a.m. start. This is June the 12th, okay, June 12th, 7 a.m. start. It starts at the Sekigahara. We're going to meet, everybody's going to meet at the Sekigahara battleground. You have free parking, and Sekigahara battleground, I'm gonna tell you, it's worthwhile to come the day before, stay in a hotel or camp in one of the nearby camping areas. If you want to know where to camp, I can tell you great places to camp. So you're gonna come the day before and camp, and then go down, you know, while you're here, and see the Sekigahara Samurai Museum, okay? And learn a little bit about the culture of the area. I'm not going to be teaching about the culture there, but I will be there the day before. I will be there on Saturday, helping anybody that needs it to register early, get their number plates, get their stuff ready. So you can come on Saturday, camp. I'll show you great places to camp. There's amazing places to camp. You can even run the course if you'd like, see how you like it, see what you think of it. And then, you know, head on back to your campsite. You can look at the course as far as like, you can go and check it out, make sure that you have the course down so you know what you're doing, and then ride it on the day, okay? And it shouldn't take road bikers more than 5 hours. There's no way it should take more than 5 hours to complete the full course. It will be tough. Mountain bikers, your course ends when the road bikers in, or when you tap out. So there's really absolutely one of the best things about this is no matter what your ability is, you should be able to do at least one round of it. Even if you're pushing the bike up for mountain bikers, if you're pushing up one of the you know, the first time that you come up, and then ride it down again and get your buddy to drive you up after that, but tap out, make sure that we've marked you as just one time. Or if you want to do it 2 or 3 times, we will have the vehicle support available. So please try to make it out to this. I am gutted that I couldn't make it to the Takamizu event in Tokyo. I really would have been there. It was all planned. Everything, I had everything all lined up. I wanted to be there. Just got sick, and nothing you can do. When you're sick, you're sick. And I couldn't go to the Fujiten event that I really wanted to go to with Japan mountain bikers. You guys are my heroes. I mean, what you do in Inuyama every weekend is amazing. You guys hit some really hard stuff. And I'm going to say this right now, Sekigahara is not nearly as difficult of a course as the Inuyama, some of your Inuyama tracks, but in some ways it's more rustic, okay? It is a little less defined, okay? And I want to keep it that way. I actually want to go and do some cleaning on it, want to do some trail building, but in general, I want it to stay pretty rustic and a little bit just, you know, not exactly as groomed as Inuyama is. Inuyama is a very well groomed trail, and it's wonderful over there, but it's not backcountry, right? There's a difference between backcountry riding and the kind of riding that you do in Inuyama. And that place is beautiful. Nothing against it, no knocks against it. I really enjoy it. Some of it's a little too hard for what I like to ride. It's, you know, it's got plenty of routes, plenty of stuff. This Sekigahara course, plenty of routes, plenty of stairs, plenty of kind of course that you're going to have to really understand how you're going to descend. And so for the mountain bikers, it's actually a really fun course, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. So this is coming up June 12th, 7 a.m. start time, registration about 6 a.m. Okay, try to get there before 6 if you can to register. If you register the day before, pull up at 7 on the dot. Maybe we're going to start at 7, so I'd say don't pull up exactly at 7. Maybe if you're a road biker, you could get away with it. It wouldn't hurt if you know the course. But the course itself, it will be available on Strava. I have to ride it on the road bike. I'm not looking forward to that in my current condition, but I do need the I need the exercise. I need the exercise for my training, because I just dropped off. My training went to nothing. Lost 4 kilograms of fat. Luckily, I think it was mostly fat, maybe lost a bit of muscle, but at the same time, you know, my legs needed a real rest. So having about that 14 days where I just didn't ride the bike like at all. Like when I say at all, I think I rode around the block one day, and I was just too winded. I couldn't do much with it. It was a pretty tough illness. Don't know what it was exactly, but you know, I was sick and I couldn't ride. So it doesn't matter what it is. If you can't ride, you're sick. So, but it did me good. My legs actually feel healthy. My knees and my joints are all you know, well rested and ready to start training again. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity that I'm going to have to go out again and you know, ride this course to get in shape for the Hakuba gravel and eventually for the BBB and Grand Fondo Miyoko. Those 3 events, man, I'm focused. I'm ready to go. I got a great bike for all 3 events. Probably going to do all 3 events on 3 different bikes. Might just scrap it all and use a fat bike. But you know, I've ridden the fat bike for ages. I love the fat bike, but at the same time, I'm you know, just enjoying single speed. I'm enjoying you know, touring bike. I'm enjoying the other bikes I have. You know, I have other bikes, so I'm enjoying those. You know, hardtail mountain bike is a lot of fun as well. So you know, I'm warming up to the idea of other bikes that are not fat bikes. However, I'm a fat biker at heart. I really missed it the day I went to Inuyama and rode that. I really missed the fat bike. If I'd had the fat bike, I would have had so much more fun. But you know, I was planning to ride home, which I didn't end up having to do. So that was a good thing. If I had brought the fat bike, it wouldn't have fit in the car that drove me home. So again, everything kind of just works out in the end. But the fat bike, yeah, I'm gonna fix the front tire. I've been meaning to fix it for a while. The front tire has been giving me a little bit of trouble. I've been meaning to fix it. I'll get it fixed, put a tube in there and just be done with it. And just don't use it for the crazy long rides. For the crazy long rides, I've got my single speed, which was going to do BWACO on a single speed, didn't get it done because I was sick. Now that I'm not sick, if you want to go ride around BWACO with me, I need to ride around BWACO with my single speed, and I will be trying to do it, between now and the Hakuba, before the Hakuba event, because I need to get that single speed dialed in so that I can ride it. If you do come ride it with me, I'm on a single speed. Don't come on your road bike. Don't come with this idea that you're going to go really fast. Bring a touring bike, bring something fun, bring something slow, because I am not going to be able to keep up with you. But if you're a beginner on a road bike and you know you don't have much of a ability, hit me up. We'll take that tour. I'm inviting you to come. It won't cost you a thing to go with me on this one. I do need to do a bit of exploration, so you might have to ride a little bit farther. Might have to take a few different roads, but it should be an amazing trip for you. Yeah, that's all I have for now. Want to send a shout out to Ikeda Yuki. So sorry I couldn't come to your event, man. I was just too sick to travel, too sick to ride, too sick to do anything, and that's just life. So but I will definitely be there next year. I'm planning on it already. I've got my bike looked at. I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, I really wanted to be there, but I will be there next time. And for the rest of you guys, we'll see you in Hakuba. If you haven't got your tickets for Hakuba, please get them as soon as possible. I'm sure that Adam will enjoy having you there, and I'm sure there's still time to get tickets to Hakuba, and you should hurry up and get onto that. The first day is 70K, 60K now with the new map, and I'm guessing that the next day is going to be 142 laps of that 60K, but there's like a 10K gap between the two, and that's why it's that 60K gap, or that 60K right now. But when you do the full thing twice, it's going to be around 140K, maybe 140, maybe 120, 100, between those two numbers. It should right be in there. I'm excited. I'm gunning for this one. I really want this one. So my energy level was so low when I was sick. In the back of my mind, it's like, no, Hakuba, I've got to get ready for that. And I'm ready. Mentally, I'm as strong as I've ever been. Physically, I'm going to have to go through and ride this Sekigahara course, which I got to say is so much harder than the Hakuba. If you do the Hakuba, great. It's tough, but this Sekigahara course, if you're riding it for mountain bike or if you're riding it for a road bike, it's going to be at least 2,000 meters of climb, and in really short terms. I mean, it's going to be so short for what it's going to end up being. You're being basically on a roller coaster, but just that riding up is going to be the hard part. This is for you. This is for your mind. This is for your body. This is to make you a stronger athlete. You need this. You need this. Okay. You definitely need this in your life to become the stronger cyclist. This is the whole idea of Backcountry Japan, is to make events that are physically, mentally, absolutely demoralizingly hard, so that when you go to other events, you can crush them and you can feel good about it, not knowing, you spent your money on that event, but you spent your time and your energy, and you got your coaching from Backcountry Japan. I just want to help you love this country and love the things that are in it. Okay. There's so many people that come here and complain about Japan for so many things. It drives me crazy, people that are complaining about Japan. Nothing's perfect. There's no perfect world. We live in the world that we've got. We make the best of it. And I make the best of this place. And I make you, my best friends, my athletic friends, my brothers and sisters of cyclists. I want you to come out and enjoy this event. So please come support this event. We'll see you in the backcountry in Sekigahara. And if I don't see you in Hakuba, I really hope I see you in Sekigahara. Bye-bye for now.